बिस्मिल्लाहिर्रहमानिर्रहीम। अस्सलाम वालेकुम व्यूअर्स। आज के वीडियो लेक्चर में हम स्टडी करेंगे चैप्टर 2 के न्यूमेरिकल प्रॉब्लम्स। ओके, फर्स्ट ईयर फिज़िक्स चैप्टर 2 के न्यूमेरिकल प्रॉब्लम्स को हम स्टडी करेंगे। जो फर्स्ट नंबर न्यूमेरिकल है उसकी स्टेटमेंट कुछ इस तरह से है कि उसने हमें ये कहा हुआ है कि अ पर्सन इज़ सिटिंग इन द व्हीकल एंड दैट पर्सन थ्रो अ बॉल whose velocity is 10 meters per second, and this vehicle is moving with the velocity of 25 meter per second. And we have given two velocities. One is vertical velocity, 12 meter per second is vertical velocity, and other is horizontal velocity, which is 25 meter per second. Another person is sitting on the ground and observing this motion of the ball, and we have to find out the speed of the ball which observed by the observer. So as far as mathematics is concerned, we have given the two velocities. One is vertical velocity, one is horizontal velocity. We have to find out the resultant velocity, that is the third velocity. So we simply find out this one side of the triangle by just by using the Pythagoras theorem. Okay, so we can we find the velocity by using the Pythagoras theorem. Simple, we get this one formula. Now what is the direction of this one vector? To find out the direction, we use theta is equal to tangent inverse vertical component of velocity divided by horizontal component of velocity. Okay, you will get this one angle. The second question is that in the second question he is saying that a person throw a ball or kick a ball, and after kick of the person, the ball is moving with a velocity of 21 meters per second, and this ball moves an angle, or the trajectory of the ball has made an angle of 54 degrees with the ground. Find out the x and y components of the velocity of this ball. Okay, so we have given this one data, and we have to find out vx, vi. Vx is v cos theta, as I told you earlier, that x component has cos sine, y component has sine, and put the value of v and angle, you get the vx and vy components of velocity. You have to do this mathematics by yourself. Okay, the third question is that the statement of the third question is that there is a string, and which is initially in straight, and somebody hook a bag with this string, and after hooking of the bag with the string, there is a stretch in the string in this, or there is a bend in the string produced because of the weight of the bag. Okay, let us suppose that weight of the bag is w, and since now this string is stretch form, this string has some tension T. Okay, so I represent the tension T in the string as T, and it is also given that the angle which make the tension T with the x-axis is 3.5 degrees. So I have wrote this angle from the given data. Now what can we do is, since this force is in tension is also a force, like force is pushing or pulling effect, so tension is also a force, and this force is in plane, and it is making an angle, and we can resolve this force into rectangular components. One is t cos theta, t sin theta, and similarly for this t cos, it has also a sine component and a cos component. Okay, what is the weight of the body? We have given the mass of the bag. Okay, one that is 1.84 kilogram, and put the value of g, you get the value of weight. Now we have to calculate the the tension. Okay, we have given the mass of the bag, we have to calculate the tension, and we have given the angle with the tension is making with the x-axis, and we apply the first condition of equilibrium. We add up all the forces along x-axis, so we have one force t cos theta in this one direction, another force is in opposite direction. Since these forces are in equal magnitude but opposite in direction, so we will use the negative sign here. They will cancel out the effect of each other, so there is no net force along x-axis. Now we calculate the force along y-axis. So on y-axis we have how much forces? One is t sin theta, and on negative y-axis we have minus w. Okay, keep this in mind. One is upward y-axis, and the downward y-axis is negative. y direction. Okay, so we take these two forces as positive and we take this one force as negative, and therefore I put minus w here. And we will not use w here. T cos theta gives you 0. We will use minus w here. Okay, and then we take minus w sign to the right side of the equal. So we will write this one equation in this form. Okay, t sin theta is this minus w, and we pull minus w toward the right side of the equation, and we get the equation in this form. And we have now what the values we have given to us. W we can find out sin 3.5. We can easily calculate the t from the given equation. Okay, simply it is required in the numerical that we have to calculate t from the given scenario. Okay, see, the next question is that we have given the components of a vector ax and ay with their magnitudes, and it is given to us that we have to find out the magnitude and direction. So we can find the magnitude of these two vectors by simply using the magnitude formula, that is scaling and adding their components. We get this one form. Now what is the angle of this vector a? For angle we use the angle tangent theta, and trigonometric ratio tangent theta, which is we know that it is the ratio of a vertical component divided by horizontal component. Put the values and you get along with minus sign you get an angle of 60.7 degrees. There is a negative sign, but I haven't mentioned negative sign here because this is not the final angle. Actually it is showing you that ay is negative and ax is positive. So we have quadrants here. In the first quadrant, since x is positive, y is positive, so all values here x and y are positive. This is the second quadrant in which x is negative and y is positive. In the third quadrant, both x and y are negative, and in the fourth quadrant, x is positive and y is negative. And the condition we have given to us in the part A of this numerical is that ax is negative and ay is positive. So our vector lie in this one axis. A x is negative and ay is positive, so vector lie in this one direction. So how much angle this vector make? So we can calculate this angle by eliminating it from 180 degree, since we know that this whole line is of the angle of 180 degree. This whole line makes an angle. Okay, so if we subtract this much angle, 60.7 degree angle, from 180 degrees, we get the final value which this one vector makes. Okay, see, now the second portion of this numerical is that we have again given the x and y components of the vector. We have to find out the magnitude, so we found the magnitude. Now what is the angle of this vector? So we again use tangent theta, and we have used 24.8. Now y component is negative and x component is positive. So let us guess that in which quadrant this vector lies now. So this is the fourth quadrant in which y vector is negative and x vector is positive. So our vector lie in the fourth quadrant. I have drawn it in the fourth quadrant. And how much angle it make? So I have to find out the angle of this one vector. We have to delete the obtained value of angle from 360 degrees, because now in the fourth quadrant angle it should be 360 degrees. So we have subtracted 360 degree from 24.8, and you get the angle of the vector. Okay. The next question which is given to us is we have given a forces it is 10 Newton, and that force make an angle of 10 degrees, and I have drawn this force along with the angle. There's a vector r of Newton, and it makes an angle of 80 degree, and the difference between both of them is 70 degree. Okay, these two vectors makes an angle of 70 degree with each other, and we have to find out the magnitude of dot and cross product of r dot f. R dot f we have to calculate, and we have to calculate r cross f. So for that purpose, first we calculate the final values of theta, that is subtracting it from r theta, r minus theta f, you get 70 degrees, and r dot f product gives us r f cos theta. Put the values of r f and cos theta, you get 8.1. Dot product of r and f, and if we do cross product, so 4.3 cross 5.5 sin 70. Since cross product has sine angle and dot product cos angle, just put put the values of all given quantities, you get the result of a dot and cross product. With this I will wrap up the video. I hope you understand. If you have any question, please do ask me in the comment section of this video. Thank you so much for watching. Take care of yourself. Allah Hafiz.